Guys, we are back with another video, me and Randy.
Hey guys.
And it's going to be the start of a series that I told you guys about in another video of you guys partaking in my living world building idea. So we are taking a topic, okay, that's near and dear to somebody's heart over here. And we're going to incorporate into my world that I created. And you guys are going to help. And you're basically going to do what I do for all of my groups, okay? And you guys are just going to be partaking in it. So it's kind of cool. It's kind of a fun idea. So what am I talking about? So I'm talking about my living world philosophy of world building. So basically what it means is I have like 3 or 4 different groups of players that I play with. I have my family up in Tennessee that I game with, and then I have a couple groups here in Florida I play in. And basically they all play in the same region of this world, and it's supposed to take place at the same time, okay? And what happens in one location matters to the other groups. So, and when you look at my maps, okay, you'll see that there's a lot of blank space there. And then there's some places that have a particular type of terrain or landscape, but there's no name on it. So basically, those are the spots that I let my players come up with an idea of what really is there. So it's a way for them to help create the world that we're all exploring. So we are going to give you guys at home a chance to give your ideas to us and make it a part of my personal home game campaigns. And that's what I refer to as a living world. Like everybody's collaborating, and what happens in one spot with one group affects the other groups. So it's kind of an interesting concept. So today, like I was hitting that, we're going to talk about a specific type of creation and collaboratory and storytelling and mythos that we're going to have you guys assist us with. And it is her favorite mythical creature.
Favorite mythological creature. Nice.
Yes.
And Merfolk.
So, also, I want to give you a warning. If you happen to hear a cat, okay, we had to lock my cat out the door because he thought he was going to be in the video and kept climbing over the computer. So you might hear him in the background trying to scratch at the door, meow, cuss us out in cat language, but excuse that. So, to kind of give you a little bit of info on what is in store for you guys, okay, I'm going to kind of break it down. So each video will have like 2 or 3 kind of questions that we're going to pose to you guys at home to kind of help collaborate and come up with some world building with us. And there will be winners, okay? So this video is going to have 3 questions we're going to give you guys. And so there'll be 3 individuals, not one person getting all of them or even 2 of them. Each individual, okay, we're going to pick and take their idea and incorporate in our home game. And as kind of a reward to you guys, what you're going to get is one of my lovely maps that I do for all of my players. And it's going to have your creation on our map. And then based off of the region and the mythos that we're working with, there's going to be a little token of appreciation. And they're going to be homemade. In this case, it's a little nautical, cool little thing that me and my mother-in-law and Randy are doing to say thank you. And you guys will get it. It'll be handmade. It's kind of cool idea. I'm not going to reveal it until you guys get it. And then once we tell the winners and stuff, then we'll reveal to you guys what you'll actually get as a token of appreciation. And I think you guys will like it. It's cool, it's useful, and it's just kind of like a little cool concept I thought of. So without further ado, let's talk about mermaids and how it matters to our world. So, we're gonna go and turn this portion of the video over to the mermaid expert, and she's gonna kind of tell you guys about modern pop culture's viewpoint or beliefs of the mermaid folklore, um, and kind of what current books, movies, etc. are kind of saying about mermaid folks and stuff. So, Randy.
So mermaids and merfolk are my absolute favorite mythical creature. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. Well, mermaids are always the women. The mermen are the men. Um, and they live in kingdoms, and there's usually 4 different regions of kingdoms, one in each ocean, basically, and they have to travel between each kingdom. And they're usually ruled by a king, sometimes a king and a queen, and then they have their princesses and their princes, and then from there they have their duchess and their dukes. Um, they live in pods, which is a big group of merfolk, between 50 to 60 merfolk, um, men and women, but more so women, ranging from infants to the elderly. And they don't they don't like going to war with each region, with a rivalry region, unless they have to. They remain close relations with all the regions unless there's um, a conflict between kingdoms. Um, and I've read some autobiographies of people claiming they've seen mermaids. And I've read books. I have books in my closet, and tons of books in my closet, and tons of movies. Um, I could sit in my room and read for hours about mermaids. Um, they can have they can actually live on land, where they would have legs, or they live in the water when they have their fins. Um, Sometimes they're born with legs and they live on land until they're about 16, and then they start growing their gills and their fins and gills up in their neck. Um, and if they like reach a swimming pool, then their full on tail comes out. Um, the siren song is they're usually the deadly ones. They're called sirens, but they're the ones that sing a song to lure the fishermen out to sea, and then once the fishermen are out to sea, they drown them. That's why there's so many folklore and mysteries of fishermen dying out in the middle of the sea, because either they get stuck in the Bermuda Triangle or they get drowned by a siren. So, um, there's a lot more facts about mermaids and mermen, but I'll let Dawn get you back in the groove.
So that's kind of like the modern kind of perspective, and the current angle. You know, we all kind of know the whole, Little Mermaid or Poseidon type thing when it comes to merfolk and all. But this is kind of the newer, like, trend, if you will, in pop culture for the merfolk. So to kind of put it into now gaming mythos, um, D&D kind of break merfolk into different things. there's the actual merfolk that kind of look human, but with a lot of fish fins and like tails, if you will, all over the place. So they look more fishish. Um, and then there's the Morrow. They're supposed to be like the evil counterpart. And in the D&D world, um, the Morrow were once merfolk, but then they became obsessed with Demogorg, and I think that's how you pronounce his name, and got an evil artifact, and it turned them evil into the mutant merfolk that they are now. And then there's, you know, mermaids and mermen, and then there's sea elves. And sea elves basically look like land elves, except for they have like webbed feet or webbed hands. Um, and then with basic fantasy, they kind of did something different with mermen and mermaids. Instead of having fish tails, they actually have dolphin tails. Like they're about half human, half dolphins, which is kind of unique. So where it kind of goes for what we are going to do for this adventure and campaign and world building thing is in the world on this portion there is 2 islands off the coast, and in between there, in this water area, we're going to make it where there's a pod of mermaids and mermen, and then there's a pod of basically the Morrows, the evil merfolk, and then there's a pod of sea elves. The sea elves are basically neutral, don't really want to get involved, and then there's the mermaid and the Morrows. And basically, for whatever reason, okay, the mermaids and the Morrow pods are fighting. There's great conflict. It's like literally a war going on underwater. And basically, the Morrow are paying some pirates to loot merchant ships, loot like coastal towns and such to get supplies, and then they go over these key locations once they're on the ocean, and they drop supplies down below to help the Morrows out. And basically, some of the ships that they're targeting have now complained, and some of these coastal towns, such as Bridgetown, aren't getting the supplies that they need because of where the pirates are raiding them. So Bridgetown has sent out their naval forces to go and try to deal with these pirates. Okay, so as you guys, what the questions are that we are going to have you guys do is, I want you guys to first and foremost come up with a name for these islands, okay? There's one island up here and there's one island up here, and it's like almost a mini continent on each one. So I want you guys to come up with creative ideas of the names of those 2 islands. The other thing is, what are these merfolk tribes? There's 3 different tribes. There's the sea elves, there's the Morrows, and then there's the mermaids and mermen. So what are these 3 tribes called? Okay. And then last but not least, the big one is, what caused this war? And basically, we want you guys to be creative and fun in coming up with this. And I think the best way that we're going to do this to kind of decide who wins or whatnot, I think me and Randy are just going to come up and look at all of you guys' comments to this video, and that's where you guys will submit your submissions. And basically, the one that I think both of us kind of like, and we're like, hey, that's creative, that's fun, that's the ones that we're going to award for this giveaway thing. And basically, like I said, there's 3 questions we propose to you. So it is, what's the name of the merfolk tribes? Remember, there's the mermaid mermen, there's the Morrows, and then there's the sea elves. Okay? And then what caused the war between the Morrows and the not sea elves, but the mermaids and mermen. So, and remember, the sea elves are trying to stay neutral in this. And what is the name of the two islands off the coast of here? Okay, so that is what we are proposing to you guys. So you guys are going to come up with the answers. We're going to pick the answers that we like best, and then we're going to award them a official map that I give out to all of my players. And on that map, it's going to be labeled for the winner who did the name of the city, or not the cities, but the islands. Okay, it's going to have it there. And then on here, where I have in mind the underwater kingdoms for all three of the type of tribes of merfolk, I'm going to put the names of those three different tribes. And then I'm going to, on the back of the map, give the brief history of why the merfolk and the mermaids and mermen and the Morrow are battling it out and having war. Okay, so you guys get your creative juices flowing on it and come up with the answers. And like I said, you're going to submit it down in the comment section. And the one that me and Randy like for the answers for each one of those, we will award the map and then the thing that we're going to make for you guys. So, and remember, only one person can win per answer. So the same person can't win for all three. So that way it gives the option for more people to partake. So again, thanks guys. Hope you guys enjoy, coming up and helping out with this little world building thing. So we'll catch you later. Bye.
One stormy November in 75, McSorley prepared for his day. He kissed his wife and said goodbye. He should have decided to stay. He boarded the ship and he welcomed his crew, made entries into the log. They loaded the cargo, made ready to sail, but his mind should have lifted